Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 24 of your NHL 21 Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode. As today, we got a pretty big episode as we're heading into the 2025 offseason as we look to massively improve this team as we just made it to the conference finals. Unfortunately, just missing out by a few games as we got our asses absolutely beat by the Tampa Bay Lightning. But before we get into this video, I'd like to just say if you are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated, boys. So let's get into this one here with the Columbus Blue Jackets. As you know, we're gonna have a pretty busy off season, to say the least. I could already see that this video is gonna be pretty long because we're gonna do the entire off season. That's gonna be the biggest thing with this video, is we're gonna try to pump through a lot of these Columbus Blue Jackets videos, as you know we're about a month away from the new NHL 22 coming out. So we're gonna start pumping along and starting to get some stuff done here with the Blue Jackets, and hopefully soon to be a cup. But we do have some big stuff going on here with free agency. We already got Laine and Chychrun locked up to massive deals. Both of them going to be locked up basically for this entire franchise mode now, with Laine and also a little bit with Chychrun. Foudy we don't have to worry about. The other players we do have to worry about is what we want to do with Fogle this upcoming season. Do we want to pay him the big $7.6 million, or what we really want to do with Fogle? He's been a pretty instrumental part of the team. This is the problem, was he wasn't that big of a player this year. He was pretty good during the playoffs. I don't know what we exactly want to do with Mr. Fogle. If he's going to be a guy that we keep on the team, or maybe we go after somebody completely different. He had a great 1 year when he was playing alongside of Foudy and Laine. But this year, he just wasn't able to find that same success 5-on-5 wise. He was up and down the lineup, playing with Bjorkstrand's lineup, which Bjorkstrand's lineup as well, he's not very happy with himself and his individual performance this past season. So hopefully we can get him going as well. But we're going to be having like a whole new lineup. It won't be McCann and Fogle playing with Bjorkstrand. We're going to actually have Retro McGrado. We have Kent Johnson coming up the pipeline. We have a lot of rookies coming up this upcoming year. And another guy that's going to be coming up is Jackson Reimer. He should be ready to go next year, and also Taro Luginen as well should be ready to go for this upcoming season. So we got a lot of exciting prospects coming up the pipeline, which is really exciting, and Eddie Allman as well, soon to be ready as well. So we're starting to get some ready prospects coming up the pipeline, which is really exciting. We're going to hopefully have another good draft, and then I guess goaltending as well. I guess we do got Tuber coming up the pipeline, so we're just waiting for some more goaltenders to start developing, and maybe we do another year of Adin Hill and Mackenzie Blackwood. I mean, we're probably going to have to, because both of them are on a no trade clause. We only have to deal with one more year of Adin Hill after this year, and they still did pretty good. Adin Hill was a very good, respectable record during the playoffs. I really did like his play. Otherwise, I think there's really nothing else to talk about. We really do kind of have a busy offseason because we do have to fill in. We need a new power forward at least. I did not want to look at the draft class, but I did want to take a look at the draft board to see what we have for picks. We don't have any first round picks, but we do have 2 seconds, a few thirds, a few fourths. But yeah, what I was talking about with the forwards is we need a new power forward if we're not going to be bringing back Fogle, right? That's going to be the biggest thing, because we could possibly go after and sign a big heavy player, because Liam Foudy still signed to a really respectable deal for the next 3 years. Kent Johnson, he's still on a rookie contract for another year, and McGrado's on a rookie contract for the next 2. So if we really wanted to go off and get a veteran guy, a real veteran guy, not like a Fogle who's played 76 playoff games, but I mean he's not been a big playoff performer his entire career. We could go after somebody that could be a big playoff hero for us and play in that top 6. Also, Jordan Greenway was really good during the playoffs. Maybe we bring him back as well. We'll see how much he'll want, but we got a lot of stuff to do. We got to play with our money a little bit better too, because we're playing Laine a lot. We're also paying Chychrun a lot as well, so we're gonna have to play really smart with our money. And let's see who wins the cup. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, of course, win the Stanley Cup this year, so that could have been us, but I mean, we knew what the Tampa Bay Lightning were made of. They were a tough team. They're a very gritty team. They won the Cup back in 2022, and they did once again here in 2025. They just seem to be an unstoppable team almost every single year. But once again, another Stanley Cup win there for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Unbelievable. But let's move on to the individual awards. As Tyler Seguin wins the Art Ross and wins the Hart Memorial. John Klingberg won the James Norris. Sid the Kid won Lady Bing. McGrotto, hey, my boy. We get another Calder winner. Marchenko was the first one, and then we get Retro McGrotto once again with another Calder win there, or his first. I guess that will be his only win. I'm just babbling on. But Stamkos wins the Colin Smythe. He was terrific during the series against us. Demko wins the Vezina and the William M. Jennings with Spencer Knight. Oh my lord, that's a lethal tandem. Jamie Alexiak wins the Bill Masterton. BXO wins the Jack Adams. Frank J. Selke goes to Pedersen. Ted Lindsay goes to Tyler Seguin. And Ovechkin wins the Maurice Rucker Richard. It seemed like Dallas was racking in the individual awards there. So let's get down nitty gritty with the draft. Detroit wins the lottery. San Jose, they fall back to the second overall pick. And we don't have any first round picks, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm hoping that we can get some nice little selections in the second and third round. And Ovi, he retires. I think he did. No, he did not beat the record of Mr. Wayne Gretzky. I don't think his, what was it, 980 Wayne Gretzky got or something like that. You guys will have to tell me in the comment section below. But Ovechkin finished off his career with 1,700 points. What a great career for him. Getzlaf there as well. Kopitar, Pavelski, a lot of big retirees. David Krejci, who did formerly play for the Columbus Blue Jackets just last year. It looks like he didn't even really play this past season. So he played his last year in the NHL with us back in 2024. Paul Stastny. I don't think we have any retirees on our team. I don't think. I don't know why did I go this way? We're legit C. We're not that far away if I went the other way. Just Nick Bonino. Nick Bonino finally retires, so see you later, buddy. Thank you for your time and service here with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Nick Bonino was absolutely amazing for our team, especially when he was playing alongside of Marchenko way back, and he was a nice depth player to have when you're going on a playoff run. It's always nice to have a player that can play like how Nick Bonino played. So we're going to be basically looking for another Nick Bonino basically to maybe play up on that top line. But I think right off the get-go, I don't think we need to do any trades. I really don't want to make any more trades. I don't think we need to, nor do we have any, picks or, I guess, prospects to really do any trades. Like, we do have prospects that we can trade away, no doubt about that, but like, I don't want to trade away any more prospects as it is. I want to, start developing for the future once again with this team. And we do have a really high pick with the Oilers' second round pick, so basically that acts as our first round pick, so we'll simulate up to that pick, and we'll take a look at what was happening in the first round. A lot of defensemen. Carlson goes first to the Detroit Red Wings, and Delamore, Gallant, Davidson, so a lot of two-way and defensive forwards or defensive guys go up in the top 5, two-way forwards, and then a few defensemen. Nice offensive defensemen there for the San Jose Sharks, and then the draft kind of drops off from there. So we'll see what we can get here with our second overall pick. We're all 33rd overall pick here in the second round, the second pick in the second round. And there's definitely nothing too much that really is popping out. We could go for Sullivan here, but I do think we already got a ton of goalies too. It's like crazy the amount of goalies we do have on this damn team already. We really don't need to worry about a goalie being elite, because we do have Tuber and like 2 other elite goalies. So it's just mainly building up the offensive core now and the defensive core with prospects. Malek, we could pick him with the next pick that we do. I think we just pick the guy, either Stefan Rodon. He's a right-handed offensive defenseman, but I mean, his potential doesn't look that great. He's a medium. Most of these guys look like they'll be mediums, but this Christian Carlson, A for shooting, A minus for puck skills. I don't care that he's not defensive. He's a David Perron similar style. I quite like that. A power forward. Hopefully he could be a nice, decent player. Look at that. Look at me, baby. Medium top 6 power forward Carlson. Welcome to the Columbus Blue Jackets, my man. And that was a really big pick. That was the type of player I was kind of looking for, a power forward for the future. and I don't want to trade away this pick right now. I kind of want to keep it because I want to go after that defenseman. Yes, so Sullivan was an elite, but we really didn't need him. Otherwise, the other players that we were looking at, Rodon, good thing we didn't go with him. Yeah, good thing we didn't go with a lot of these guys. I mean, up here was some better players, but we did get we missed on an Van de Velde, low elite playmaker, but that's not a big deal. We'll go after that defenseman that we're thinking about selecting here, because might as well pick him. I don't want to lose out on him. That's like the biggest thing. So, there's 2 gems. Ooh, Kurt Clemenson. 2-way forward. Okay, so we got 2 guys that we're going to definitely be aiming after. So, Michael Malek, 2-way defenseman. He sees across the board. Not looking like too bad of a player. And he's 62 overall, low elite, 2-way defenseman. That's perfect for me. I quite like that. Left-handed defenseman. Again, not a right-handed defenseman. It seems like we've been filling up on that right side a ton. And then next pick, I think we'll go right after Clemenson. Get him as well on the team. 2-way forward, left winger, 6'4", big guy, and he's only a low top 6, and that's not the guy that we were exactly looking for, but that's okay. We already got some, some good 2 prospects in Carlson and Malek there, so I'm not complaining like at all with that pick. Yeah, there's not looking like there's too many other good players. Could go after a goalie. Could go after another defenseman. Khalil Smith. I like the name because of Smith, but I don't know if he's really going to be that good of a player. Cedric Zacharias. Ovechkin. I think we'll go with Khalil Smith. I think we'll go with him. He's, one of my favorite players, Ryan Smith, and he doesn't pan out to be too great. I don't think the rest of this draft is going to be panning out to be too great anyways. Just because we already started off the draft red hot, and it looks like there's not a lot of other good picks around. I think we select the goalie next, Maurice Malek. So we get the goaltender pick out of the way. Definitely not the greatest pick either. So yeah, we started off the draft red hot with the Carlson and Malek. The rest of the draft, Clemenson wasn't a bad pick, but definitely not the pick we really wanted with that, low top 6. The low top 6 kind of sucks. So we could go with Ullman. I think we'll go with Vorbano. Remember him with the center? I can't remember his full name. David Vorbano, or what the hell his name is. He was like the original legend of the Columbus Blue Jackets, so we might as well pick up maybe his cousin or his son or whatever it may be, and get him on the damn team. His son is on the team now, baby. Otherwise we'll get the defenseman's not there anymore, so we'll choose the American Johnny Oliver, and I think we can just assimilate the rest of the draft. I don't think there's anything else that we're going to really be able to get in this draft that we have not already gotten. So there we are. There's the 2025 draft here for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and we built up some nice prospects, getting things going again, which is nice. And we'll jump right into the contracts and see what we really need to do now with the team, because we got to re-sign some players, figure out what we got to do next. McCann, third liner, you're back at a third liner again. So now that kind of creates, kind of a debacle. Do we want to bring back McCann? Because my lord, we can sign him to a nice deal. It's just if he jumps back up to being a second line guy, then we're going to be kind of eating it again, and I definitely don't want to be eating that one, right? That's the biggest thing with me. I don't want to be eating something that I don't want to eat. And Jared McCann, if he jumps back up to being a second line guy, that would suck, because we got Ken Johnson, who's ready to play up on the top line, and Retro McGrotto as well, who is going to be ready to go. I think Warren Fogle, I think he's done his time here with the Columbus Blue Jackets, but I don't think I want to pay him $6.2 million for a guy that was last year and wasn't the same as when he put up 80 points. So Fogle we're going to get rid of. Now, it depending on who we sign, it's either going to be Dvorak, who we could sign for dirt cheap, or we could get Jared McCann, who's still very cheap, but he's very, very reliable. And that's the thing that I like about Jared McCann. So let's see what the spin of the wheel will be for Mr. Jared McCann, because I think we'll sign him for 3 years. And if we could get the man at 3 years at $4.25 million, it's a have no movement, have no trade clause. So let's do 2 years then at $4 million. 2 years at $4 million for Jared McCann. He could be our third line guy. I quite enjoyed when he was our third line guy. And then Jordan Greenway. Yeah, we can't do Jordan Greenway. I would love to have Jordan Greenway back on the team, but we can't do him. We can't. Dvorak now, I wouldn't mind signing him. Now, it's either Texier or Dvorak, and I think we choose Texier because of the fact that Texier has been such a good playoff performer. I think we got to sign Texier back to another deal. We got to. He's been so serviceable good here. Got to lock him up for the next 3 years. He's going to be nice, cheap depth for us moving forward. And also Bjorkstrand kind of dropped down to an 86 overall, but he has 1 year left at 5.4. So not bad, not too bad. And then we're also going to be having Reimer jump into the lineup this upcoming season, which is exciting. So Jackson Reimer, and his defensive numbers are not looking bad, but his puck skills are something to be talked about there. He played really good in the extra league there, 38 points in 52 games. I'm pretty excited about him as a player. Duer, I want to get him back on the team just because he's such a nice depth player for the team. Sign some of these other guys. I thought we had, what's his face? Oh, yeah, Tara Legion's a defenseman. But Eddie Ullman's also almost ready to go as well, so that's exciting to see. It's just really exciting to see a lot of these players almost ready to go for our young prospects that, you know, we weren't expecting. Somebody like a Jackson Reimer who we drafted in the 4th round. And that's why, like, our drafting was so pivotal in this franchise mode. Like, it really was. The fact that we were doing so good in the later on rounds, which I think Columbus always had that problem with the later on rounds drafting, is that, you know, they were all right in the 1st round. You know, they were able to get good players, but they were never able to get good late round picks. And if they did, it was like once in a while. Here we've gotten a lot of good players with some really good late round picks with Reimer, you know, some good potential picks up here who I can't remember their names, like McGinn. I mean, we've done pretty good in the 1st round with Ken Johnson and McGrado. Those guys have turned out to be absolutely amazing for us. But our late round picks are going to be what's going to be pivotal for us moving forward, especially when we start becoming a perennial playoff team. So I want to set up the kind of this, you know, this prospect system for the next GM that takes over for this team, so he doesn't really have to worry about that prospect core. So now defensively, we're definitely gonna have Tara Legionen jump into the lineup this upcoming season. It's gonna be kind of a big question. Do we, you know, get rid of Brady Shea this upcoming season, or do we trade away maybe Brett Pesce or Andrew Peeke? Now, what's one of those? Do those guys? Brett Pesce does have a no trade clause. Andrew Peeke, on the other hand, he's going to be kicking into his 3 years no movement clause. So it's going to have to be Pesce that we trade away to a playoff team, which is going to absolutely blow for us, because Pesce is a really good defenseman. Now we're going to have to trade him to a playoff team. So I think for right now, I think we're going to just have to release Brady Shea, and then we might have to do a deal where we pick up a two-way defenseman if Tara Legionen, and I'm guessing he's going to be jumping up to be, wow, he did, sorry, I mean, we do have to pick up a two-way defenseman if he's playing in the top 6, but he did amazing in the league point-wise. His puck control is garbage, but he can pass the puck not too bad, and his offensive awareness is actually quite high. But I'm actually quite excited to have Tara Legionen finally jump into the lineup. He's taking quite a bit to develop a little bit. So I'm hoping he's going to be able to jump in the lineup this upcoming season and be a big player for us. So we're going to have to deal with the defensive core, I think, a little bit as well. And that will be kind of a big debacle on what we do with that. Witherspoon, Lukarainen, Alamari. We don't want to sign Kaminsky back. But at least we have a decent amount of money, so we really don't have to worry about money this year. And then, hell yeah, our goaltenders are all good. We got to sign the rookie goaltenders this year, so we got to get Valtonainen and Masulius, get them on the deals that we need them to get on, and we'll advance the day and see if we could get everyone back. Texier signed, Duchesne signed, Labushkin, he didn't sign, but that's okay. McCann, I don't care about Galchenyuk. I think we got just about everyone signed onto the team. Yeah, $19 million still in salary cap going into this upcoming free agency. So I'm quite excited to see what we are able to do with this upcoming free agency. Defensively, it could stay the same. We got Chychrun, Werenski, Pesce, Peeke, Larson, and Legionen. That's great defensive core. I'm happy with that. We're going to go with that in this upcoming season. We might have to make a trade where we might have to trade away Pesce, but that is what it is. And I'm actually actually going to quickly write down the top divisional teams of each division, because we absolutely need that if we're going to be trading away Brett Pesce, because of course we need to trade him to like every top divisional team. So let me just quickly do that. So it looks like the teams that we can trade him to is the Florida Panthers, Philly, and then we got the Dallas Stars and the Calgary Flames. So we're definitely going to be mainly focusing on Dallas and Calgary if we are trading Brett Pesce away. We want to trade him to a Western Conference team where we really don't have to worry about him as much until, you know, the Stanley Cup Finals. But we can worry about that when we get there, right? So otherwise, coaching staff, yeah, we could basically keep it as it is. We just got to sign new AHL coaching. But I'm really enjoying Crane's coaching. He's been a great coach over the past 2 years for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I mean, we've taken a massive jump and we made it to the conference finals this past year. So I'm pretty happy with what he's been doing as a coach, and I'm pretty sure we could just keep riding him as our head coach. So let's jump into free agency and let's see what we can find, because we're going to be aiming for to build that offensive core, right? But so before we jump into free agency, we got to know what we got to do, you know, what we need for this team. So first of all, top line power forward. That's definitely a need that we definitely need to play alongside Laine and Kent Johnson. Our second line is good with Liam Foudy, McGrado, and Bjorkstrand. Our third line only has McCann right now. So our fourth line will most likely look like Jackson Reimer, Texe, and Ub Kubel. But McCann needs two wingers to play alongside of. So we need a power forward for our top line. And then we need to build a third line there with Jared McCann. So that is going to be the goal. We definitely need to improve upon the Peeke a bit, I think. And just playoff experience. Whoa. Oh my lord, I wish that we could go after Kel McCarr. I mean, we could be nasty and do that, but I don't think we're going to do that this year. We want to go after a power forward, and there's absolutely no power forwards but for Jordan Greenway and Taylor Radish. Why don't you give me any power forwards but for another sniper and Alex DeBrincat there? I mean, there's power forwards that we can go after. It's just definitely not power forwards I particularly want to go after. I mean, we could go after Jordan Greenway, but the thing is he going to have, you know, a one-off season once again? Was this, you know, a one-year wonder where we might be paying him, you know, $6 million and get totally ripped off? So, I don't know. I might end the video here because I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing next with this team now, because I thought maybe we were going to get an automatic power forward right off the get-go, but there seems to be not, and we might have to maybe make a trade. I mean, Gabriel Landeskog is there, but that's a lot of value that we would have to trade away to Colorado, make a deal like that happen. I mean, that is a possibility, though. He's a veteran guy that I wouldn't mind picking up. And this seems to be always the case, that we're looking for somebody to be a power forward, to play up on the top line. We found it with Fogle, and now we're struggling to find it again. And maybe that future Carlson guy will be that, you know, that guy to take over that spot. But I think maybe Landeskog might be the guy, but it's just like, who do we trade, right? Like, we've already made so many deals. Do we want to make another deal, or do we want to try to find a guy that's going to be a permanent replacement? Right? That's my biggest thing. I don't know. Because we could honestly go after Mr. Landeskog here, 32 years of age, but he only has a year left on his contract. That's the biggest risk. You have to pay a lot for only a year of a contract. With this, we could just sign someone to be a power forward, to be a top-line power forward for the team. Like, we could just honestly do that for right now and just go with that. Because we do got Evander Kane here, but he's I don't know if I really want to sign Evander Kane onto the team. Greenway, Tyler Radish, we could bring him onto the team. He has some really good puck skills. Didn't do too bad with Detroit. Scores a lot of goals. I don't know, man. I don't know what I exactly want to do. Jamie Benn, ooh. I actually quite like Jamie Benn, but the thing is, he might completely drop off. That's the thing with his age. He might just completely drop off, and he might not be super useful. Zach Hyman as well, that we could totally pick up. Defensively, he's alright. He fits on the second and power play 2 lines. Wasn't too bad there in Ottawa. He put up some decent years up until this year. He wasn't that great. Great on the power play. Could sign him just for the year. and just go with that. I think that might be the way that we go, but I think I'm gonna wait until next video because we are getting near the 30-minute mark, and by the time we sign and figure everything out, it's gonna be like 40 minutes deep into this video. I know I said at the start of the video I'm gonna do the entire offseason, but I'm gonna backtrack on it. We're gonna look. I'm gonna do some pre-scouting because this is a huge draft class. Do you see the amount of guys in this draft, in this free agency class, man? There's so many to look at. Then you also have Kyle McCarr, which, I mean, I wouldn't mind Kyle McCarr. I mean, I would love to, but that would just be too naughty of me. Goaltending wise, Jake Oninger's there. Jesper Wallsted's also available. I mean, he's an RFA though. But Jake Oninger, bro, man, oh my lord, there's so many nice goaltenders. I don't think we got to keep with the tandem that we got. We got to go with the tandem that we got because, I mean, we could trade one of them away. Man, I'm kind of conflicting because I would like to make this team an absolute tank. And the things that are keeping us away from making this team an absolute tank is goaltending-wise, we are a little bit down on the goaltending. You know, Calgary does not want Adin Hill. What about Dallas? Dallas does want Adin Hill. They would like Adin Hill. They don't have any goaltending, and I mean, if we retain, you know, half Adin Hill's contract, that could look very, very enticing for them. And what else was it? Florida? Was it? Yeah, let me double check again because I did take pictures of them. Yeah, Florida. How about Florida? Florida is not looking for goaltenders because they got Demko and Knight, so they're good on that fact. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pause the video here, or I guess end the video here for you guys, because I think I'm gonna do some pre-scouting with what we're gonna do this particularly free agency, and I'd like to get your guys' input on what we should do. Should we make a trade for Gabriel Landeskog, or should we go after a guy like Evander Kane or Taylor Radish, or should we re-sign back Jordan Greenway or Warren Fogle? What should we do next? I'd like to hear your guys' input, and then also for the third liners, and should we trade away Adin Hill and maybe go for the big man and Jake Oninger and finally get that, you know, elite starting goalie? I know we have Tuber developing, but then if we do get Jake Oninger on this team right now, then we could possibly just use, you know, Tuber, another one of those guys for, you know, trade bait. And we could be really smart about this if we get Jake Oninger and pay him that huge amount of money that he wants. But I'd like to hear you guys' input in the comment section below. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigo.